you're a basketball fan, the WNBA draft is tonight, and several Iowa College stars are in New York right now with the hopes of being picked. Those players include former Cyclones Ashley Jones and Stephanie Soares, and also Hawkeye Monica Ciano. The WNBA draft is on ESPN tonight, starting at 6 o'clock. Starting today, some people in Marshalltown might not have water because of a construction project around town. Crews are starting to upgrade 75,000 feet of sewer pipes by adding a liner. So the city says that upgrade is much quicker and also cheaper than traditional sewer replacement methods. People will be impacted during installation of that liner. They're asked not to flush their toilets, take showers, do laundry, or use sump pumps until the work is done. And that usually takes around 6 hours. A judge has dropped kidnapping charges against an Ottumwa man after prosecutors say that they've found evidence that he didn't commit the crime. 43-year-old Michael Eastwood was charged last month with kidnapping a woman and also holding her captive for several days. Last week, prosecutors asked those charges to be dropped after they found video that appears to clear Eastwood. The judge granted that request on Friday. 2 Tennessee state Democrats expelled from their legislature could be back on the job as early as this week. Jared Hill reports that the Republican majority voted to kick them out of the legislature after they protested on the House floor.
Give a round of applause for the awesome Justin Jones and Justin Pearson.
Rousing support over the weekend for the 2 Tennessee Democratic lawmakers kicked out of their seats by Republican colleagues, expelled after protesting for stricter gun laws following the deadly school shooting in Nashville.
The Tennessee House Republicans' attempt to crucify democracy has instead resurrected a movement led by young people to restore our democracy, to build a multiracial coalition.
Former Rep. Justin Jones could be reinstated today. Nashville officials are set to vote on filling that vacancy with an interim successor, and they're expected to choose him. Memphis's Justin Pearson could be reappointed when the Shelby County Commission meets on Wednesday.
We need leaders who have the courage to act.
Local politics thrust into the national spotlight. Vice President Kamala Harris in Tennessee called the actions by the state's GOP supermajority shameful.
A democracy says you don't silence the people. You do not stifle the people. You don't turn off their microphones when they are speaking about the importance of life and liberty.
Republicans expelled Pearson and Jones for disrupting a legislative session with fellow Democrat Representative Gloria Johnson. The 3 joined young people in the State House demanding stricter gun control laws.
Mutiny on the House floor.
Local commission votes this week will fill the vacant seats on an interim basis. Special elections to fill the seats will happen in the coming months. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Well, central Iowa is starting to feel more like summer. The warmer, drier weather moving into your Storm Team 8 forecast.
Also ahead after the break, a food additive ban. Why lawmakers want to ban certain ingredients in popular snacks. Plus, looking for leaks. The Pentagon and Justice Department are investigating who leaked information about America's role in the Ukraine war.
This is Iowa's news leader, KCCI 8 News at noon.
Now at noon, professors and staff are on strike at Rutgers University. 3 different unions are involved in this strike. They represent about 9,000 full-time faculty, graduate workers, and also part-time lecturers. The unions are asking for salary increases, better job security, and also guaranteed funding for grad students. The Justice Department is looking how documents about the war in Ukraine leaked online. Those documents appeared on social media, and it showed details of the aid the U.S. and NATO sent to Ukraine. Some of those documents do show inaccuracies, so officials are still trying to verify the authenticity of those documents. Rescue crews in the Mediterranean are scrambling to try and find and rescue nearly 400 people that's on a sinking boat. The boat was found adrift off the coast of Italy. Many of those people on board required medical attention. Some of those people actually jumped into sea to escape that sinking boat. Time is now 12:14. Some of the candies that children got in their Easter baskets may soon be banned in California. That's because lawmakers there are concerned about some of those dyes that's used in the treats. Danya Backus shows us how a ban there could affect the candies that you can buy here in Iowa.
Hendrix, do you want strawberries?
Ashley and Jermaine Rawlings are careful about what they feed their 2 young children. They read food labels closely.
I'm vetoing every product that comes in here just because I'm always curious, like, what's in this product.
If you can't pronounce the name, you probably shouldn't be eating it.
California could become the first state in the nation to ban the sale, manufacture, or distribution of foods containing 5 chemicals linked to cancer risk, reproductive harm, and behavioral issues in children.
These are the worst of the worst.
Assemblymember Jesse Gabriel is a sponsor of AB 418, which would prohibit the use of red dye number 3, titanium dioxide used in many candies, potassium bromate used in some breads, bromated vegetable oil, and propylparaben.
When I learned that 99% of these chemicals are not being independently reviewed by the FDA, that was my aha moment.
Dana Hunez is a senior clinical dietitian at UCLA and says the number of additives in our food supply is concerning.
The more we consume of a certain product, the more likely it is that we're going to have some of these negative effects in our body.
Thousands of chemicals are added to processed foods to provide freshness, taste, and color. Red dye number 3 has already been banned in cosmetics in the U.S. The food industry is pushing back. Nearly a dozen associations responded, saying the federal government has a comprehensive food safety process, and the 5 chemicals have been thoroughly reviewed and continue to be deemed safe.
Did you eat the first one?
For the Rawlings family,
it's crazy that I have to look at every single product to even see what's going into my child's body, what's going into my body.
They hope products with less additives adds up to better health. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
In California, lawmakers hope that if their legislation passes, that it will spark changes nationally. An Easter tradition took place this morning at the White House. President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden welcomed families and their children to the White House for the annual Easter egg roll. Around 30,000 people participated in today's egg roll, and that includes thousands of military and veteran families. And by the way, that Easter egg roll is a tradition that dates all the way back to 1878. Looks like a little gloomy out at the White House, but thankfully here in central Iowa, we did have a little drizzles this morning. But Jason, it's time to change our clothes to t-shirts because it's gonna warm up.
It's gonna be so nice. I mean, it's not even gonna be that breezy today. I know what, this weekend it was really breezy. And today we've just got some clouds out there now, and eventually these are going to break and leave us with just beautifully clear skies. So we've got that sun shining right now through those clouds. 62 is where we sit, just a little bit of a breeze out there. You look at central portions of the state, really just on the edge of that cloud deck now. So that's going to eventually shift out of here. Much of the northern half and western half of the state already in a case of the clears, otherwise just lingering showers to the southeast. You look at how the temperatures are responding to those clear skies. Already 70s for Fort Dodge, Algona, upwards into Spencer, areas that have the clouds. About 10 degrees cooler. So once those clear, we're going to see those temperatures shoot up. They're going to be nice, back into the low to mid 70s. So we'll have a little bit of cloud cover here for just a little bit longer, but I think a thing we can all embrace. That lack of wind today is going to feel wonderful. Today is definitely one of the best days to get out. Those temperatures backing down to 60 degrees by 10 p.m. So evening time temperatures aren't even that bad. If you're heading out to a patio for dinner, maybe throw on a little bit of a sweater or something, but other than that, it should be pretty comfortable. So as we head throughout the evening, you can see 6 p.m., just a few clouds, mainly to the north. Winds don't pick up quite yet. By tomorrow morning, though, we got a different story. Winds are going to surge out of the southwest. That's going to be driving up our temperatures, but it's going to be very breezy. Could see gusts over 30 miles per hour. And then as we head in towards Wednesday, those winds further strengthen to around 40 mile per hour gusts. Skies are still going to be clear, but it is going to be very dry out there. I know we had fire weather risks out there this weekend, but you look at today and highest risk areas would be off to the northwest. Watch though as this dry air continues to filter in through your Tuesday as western portions of the state into the day on Wednesday even are going to continue to stay dry. So because of that, we've got a fire weather watch out to the northwest. Again, any fire that sparks up could spread rapidly throughout your day on Tuesday as those winds pick up and your relative humidity drops greatly. So really dry conditions are what we're looking at. 73 today. Again, we've had a little bit of cloud cover and a few showers out there early on here. We're 13 degrees above average though. And tonight we stay above average as temperatures drop to a mild 50 degrees under mostly clear skies with just a light breeze. 72 for Johnston today. Ankeny the same. Bondurant the same. You look off to the west, Earlham coming in at 73. Again, we could see a few passing clouds, but once this initial batch is gone, should be a pretty nice day out there with boatloads of sunshine. 74 for Fort Dodge today. Algona the same. 74 in Ottumwa. Slightly cooler to the south where you'll hang on to clouds for a little bit longer. But taking a look ahead towards your weekend forecast, got a chance maybe for a thunderstorm or two on Saturday. Those temperatures take quite the dip. We see those drop to 60 degrees as we head into the latter half of that weekend. So you can see that's really your next best chance for showers and thunderstorms Friday into Saturday. Prior to that, though, we're heating up. 79 on Tuesday, low to mid 80s both Wednesday and Thursday. Again, very breezy conditions. So hang on to your hat type weather. But if you want the 80s and you want to enjoy and get out Wednesday and Thursday because we're dropping after that. That rain chance Friday into Saturday cools us down. We're at 70 on Saturday and back down to 60 degrees on Sunday.